I'm going to ask you, what business are you in? What would you say? Not to potential clients. I'm not asking you to give me your elevator speech. I'm saying, no, what business are you really in? Because I wonder if you and I would answer that the same way. I'd say you're an entrepreneur. You're a business owner, and your business is tackling problems one after another. Yes, for your clients, for sure. So you're a financial advisor, and you're trying to help clients achieve their financial objectives. So sure, you're working out a strategy for each client. You're trying to figure out what are the obstacles in their way, and one by one you knock them down and the client achieves their goals. I'm talking about you and your business. If you ask me what you are in the business of doing, I'd say you're a business owner tackling one problem after another. And your immediate problem is, where is your next client going to come from? All right, so there's the project. I'm going to ask you, if you, in your mind you were thinking, what business am I in? Well, I'm a financial planner, or I'm a tax accountant, tax planner, or maybe I'm an estate planning lawyer or an estate planning person. And we tend in our industry to think in terms of we are what we do. And I'm saying that's the big mistake. You're looking at the difference between successful financial advisors and those who never quite get to the success. That's the difference right there. If you'll view yourself as an entrepreneur, a business owner, there to tackle problems, and the problem is always the next thing that's keeping you from getting to your goal, and almost always for a financial advisor, it's where is my next client coming from? So that means rubbing elbows with lots of people every week, non-clients, all right? That means that when I ask you what you do, you don't say, I'm a really great certified financial planner, or I'm a really great estate planning lawyer. And I'd say, so what do you do to improve yourself in that area? And you say, I am constantly learning new things about financial planning or about estate planning or tax planning, whatever. No, I'm talking about what are you doing to master the business. So we all have programs that we are a part of. And over the years as a financial advisor, I'm going to guess that you've been through a lot of programs. Programs to become a better financial advisor, maybe continuing education programs, teaching you how to do tactics for clients, programs that are focused on tactics for clients. But I'm talking about, just think of any program that you've been a part of in the last year. In the last 2 years, how many programs would you say that you have been the poster child? It could have been a piece of software that you think is very useful for your business. It could be something that you felt like you needed to learn for your profession. But of all the last few programs that you've joined, how many of them did you excel? You accomplished the result of the program to the point where that company would point to you as being their poster child. Well, so then the question is, if you're a jack of all trades and a master of none, and you are trying to think about what's the next thing I need to focus on, I'm going to say let's focus on revenue first. Why don't you and I talk about, in this video, what's it going to take for you to put revenue first as the project that you master? That has nothing to do with being a better financial planner, has nothing to do with being a better tax planner, estate planner, whatever area of financial services that you're in. No, it has to do with the business side of the business. Running a business well, being a skilled entrepreneur who can always say to themselves at the very least, I know how to generate revenue. I know how to reliably, predictably dial up this activity, and the money just comes. And if I have ample clients and we're getting tons of referrals, I know how to dial it back and I don't have to. But it's a skill that I've mastered, this whole revenue project mastery. So we're going to put revenue first. That's my recommendation. So it's kind of funny, in our business, we're in the financial business, and we are experts at money. And it's funny, we think about companies that have failed. Businesses that have just declared bankruptcy or just gone away. I think about businesses in my lifetime, like Blockbuster Video, and there's been a series of them, Xerox and Kodak, and in my lifetime, a lot of companies that just are no longer around anymore because they just couldn't master change. They couldn't recognize that the problem in front of them was something that they had that was urgent. And for us, it's mastering how do I get in front of people so that I can determine if I'm a good fit for what they're already looking for, all right? So when you put revenue first, you make the next project that you have to master client acquisition. That is the number one project that you focus on. When you get up in the morning, you think, how am I going to interact with more people today? When you think about what am I going to invest my money in, well, I'm not going to invest in any programs that make me a better financial planner or lawyer or anything like that. No, I'm going to only invest in programs, or I will hire a coach that will help me generate revenue, will help me understand how to solve the next problem in front of me, which is I need to get in front of more people so I can generate revenue. So you're going to master cash flow. You think about all those companies like Blockbuster Video and Xerox and Kodak. Did they go out of business because they weren't profitable? No, not really. Many of them are profitable. I'm sure you're profitable. When you get a client, are you profitable? That's not why businesses go out of business. You know why businesses go out of business. They run out of cash. So that's why my motion on the table for you is make generating cash flow. I make it my goal to generate cash every single week. So I would encourage you to add that metric to your tracking. You know, how much revenue did I generate this week? And I'm talking about new revenue, not existing revenue that's coming in off recurring revenue sources. No, how much new revenue did I generate? And it should be new revenue every single week. And if you haven't mastered that, that's the project that I'm proposing that you put at the top of your list. So before you join a program and you think, oh, I'm going to join this new program that'll give me some edge on the competition because it's some new tactic or sales idea or something that's going to make me a better financial planner or tax planner or estate planner, forget that. What program, what coach could you hire that would make you an expert at generating cash flow? That is the project that you need to focus on next. To wrap this up, the key metric that I've said in many videos that you need to focus on if your goal is to become an expert at generating cash flow, it's how many non-clients have you met with in the last 7 days? That's what you eat and sleep and breathe, and if you spend money on a program, it's to master that. How can I get in front of more non-clients? Not how can I watch YouTube videos and think about maybe someday going out there and possibly meeting new people. No, it's massive action. What program can I be involved with that will actually get me out there meeting people so that each and every week you can honestly look yourself in the mirror and say, I've spent at least 20 hours face-to-face or on the phone with non-clients where I've spent at least 10 minutes. They've shared a little bit about catching up with me. I've shared with them what's going on in my life. We've caught up officially. So how many people in the last 7 days have you done that with? And if you'll focus on action, making sure that gets done each and every week, well, then whatever other financial client acquisition activities you've got going on with referrals or however you normally acquire clients, if you'll put this on top, you'll become a master of cash revenue generation, cash flow expert. And that's what we need to be in this business. In this business, if we can't figure out how to generate new cash every single week, well, it's a risky business. There is no shortcut, in my opinion. I have met with so many advisors that say, hey, I do seminars, I do workshops, I do client dinners. In the last 10 years I've got an excellent online strategy for acquiring clients. I've never met a single advisor, nor have I met a guru who teaches these methods. I've never met an advisor who is successfully acquiring ideal clients on a regular basis through an online strategy. It is old old-fashioned blocking and tackling. It's developing relationships with your market. Who's your market? You've got an ideal client profile, right? So your market is all the potential ideal clients that live in your community. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you don't even have a list of them. You don't know how many there are. The best you can do is make the profile, and then every single week you get out there and you interact with at least 20 people each and every week, so that everyone in your circle, in your orbit, they know exactly what you do, what makes you better than others who do what you do. And if they get in a position where they are talking with somebody who needs financial advice, you're the first name that pops into their head. Why? Because you've done a great job of marketing. Everyone in your circle of friends knows how to articulate what you do and what makes you better than others. And you've done it in a skillful way to where they didn't even realize that what you were doing was training them. So that's our training, but that's your job. You need to get out there in front of people. That's the job. And then you narrow it down to the single simple problem of, well, then once I'm meeting with enough people, then how do we turn all of that into a business relationship? And I'm happy to share all of that with you. But for now, I'll leave you with that thought. Make your next program that you join, make you an expert in cash flow. The fact that new revenue generation is your number one objective should drive everything you do. Massive action. And until next time, I'm Mark Little.